even though they're
Really?
very
Your parents changed
yeah,
their names?
yeah. They change their names. I mean, in the Vietnamese community, they go by the Vietnamese names, but they're very pragmatic. As business people outside of that community, to do business, they go by their American names on their driver's licenses. And I had that option when we became citizens to change my name, and I thought, maybe I can be Troy. Whatever name I tried. So nothing sounded right. Nothing sounded right except my own name. So I've always stayed with it, despite the minor costs that might have entailed in terms of not seeming to be quite as American as everybody else. But obviously, the ambition is to make Americans say my name, to make Americans recognize that this is also now an American name. It is also now a French name. It is also now an Australian name. My surname, Nguyen, is the fourth most popular surname in Australia. You know, we've transformed the countries that we've come to, and the people who live in these countries will eventually be able to say our names in the same ways that they say Coppola.
Well, Viet, thank you so much for talking with us, and congratulations on winning the Pulitzer.
Thank you so much for having me, Terry. It's been a pleasure.
Viet Thanh Nguyen speaking with Terry Gross in 2016. His Pulitzer Prize-winning novel, The Sympathizer, is now a limited TV series on HBO and Max. He has a new memoir, A Man of Two Faces, and a children's book titled Simone. Coming up, Let It Be. The 1970 documentary about the Beatles has been out of circulation for half a century, but now it's back, newly restored, and streaming on Disney+. I'll have a review. This is Fresh Air.
Supporting WHYY, the Philadelphia Speaker Series presented by Thomas Jefferson University. Subscriptions are available now for the 2024-25 season at the Kimmel Center. One subscription, 7 evenings featuring Andrew Lloyd Webber, Liz Cheney, historian Annette Gordon-Reed, and news anchor Chris Wallace. The Philadelphia Speaker Series, presenting the world up close. You can learn more at philadelphiaspeakers.org. Sponsored by BNY Mellon Wealth Management.
Buy now, pay later loans for just about everything are growing, but there's barely any data or regulation of this emerging market.
You could ask policymakers at the Federal Reserve, how many transactions took place in credit cards last year. They can answer that definitively with dollar amounts and number of transactions. If you said the same thing for buy now, pay later, even the best minds in this industry can't answer it.
That's on the next On Point.
The 90 Day on WHYY.
This is Fresh Air. I'm TV critic David Bianculli. Disney Plus has just begun streaming a newly restored documentary film that has been out of circulation for more than 50 years. It's called Let It Be. It stars the Beatles, and its restoration was overseen by director Peter Jackson, director of the Lord of the Rings films. In 2021, he used outtake footage from the same movie to create his nearly 8-hour documentary miniseries version, Get Back, also released by Disney+. 3 years ago, when Peter Jackson got to tackle the video and audio outtakes from the original Let It Be film by Michael Lindsay Hogg, Jackson wasn't just restoring images and sound. He also was restoring the reputation of a long-neglected chapter in Beatles history.